Is there a correlation between Bigfoot sightings and UFO sightings? Well, I'm going to be breaking that down today, and we're going to see if the age-old question of whether Sasquatches and Bigfoot and aliens and extraterrestrial beings and interdimensional beings are all intertwined. Because I recently stumbled across a map over on Twitter of alleged Bigfoot sighting locations. Alright, so this is the map right here. And obviously this is across kind of North America, kind of branching up into Canada a little bit, but we're mainly focusing on North America. So we've got a lot down in California, LA, San Diego, a couple in New Mexico, a lot over here towards what we got over here, New York and places like this, right? And obviously Nevada, awfully quiet. So it got me thinking, why is it that these areas are so, heavily Bigfoot sighted, Yet we have no video proof or photographic evidence of these alleged sightings. Because I know for a fact that if I came across one of these bad boys, my phone is coming straight out and I'm getting a video of it. Regardless of whether people thought that it was real or fake, I don't actually care. But you look at it, right? And you think, with all of these sightings, especially down over here on the eastern side of the country, that's a lot of sightings. That's a hell of a lot of sightings around this area. So how has there been no photographic or video evidence? Right? Look at, it's so densely seen that you can't even make out the Sasquatches. Unlike with New Mexico and Nevada, where there's only been like a handful of sightings. But another thing to bear in mind with this, of course, is the places where it's been heavily sighted are densely populated locations. So, for example, Nevada. Not many people live in Nevada, in the desert. So obviously there's not many sightings there. New Mexico, well, it's quite a populated area, but we'll let it slide. But over here, hugely populated. Down the west coast, hugely populated. So of course there are going to be a lot of sightings. Now I stumbled across another little website which is pretty fantastic actually. If my computer wants to play ball, here we go. So this is a literal map of Sasquatch Bigfoot sightings and the density of the US with biomes. Now it's very sensitive, so you're gonna have to bear with us, but we're looking mostly in North America because obviously the rest of the world is not actually considered. I guess the rest of the world doesn't have the privilege of seeing Bigfoot sightings, but this is an up-to-date map which is literally kept, well, like I say, up to date all the time with Bigfoot sightings. So it kind of correlates with the map that we've just seen. Obviously down this east coast there is a lot of sightings around these states over here, and then as we come along to the west, bang, all up here, lots of very densely populated over here, and lots of sightings in and around this area as well. And then as we branch out into the Nevada regions and kind of the central locations, it slows down a little bit. Obviously with the biomes, we've got the darker green is obviously like foresty, kind of dense forest locations. This is kind of more greenery, and then we get like more of in the Nevada region especially. Where are we looking here? Where is Nevada? I need to be certain of this. I'm going to get absolutely brutalized by my fellow American audience. I think this is Nevada. I could be wrong. I don't really know my US states that well, so please bear with us. I think this is Nevada, but obviously only a handful of sightings around this area. But obviously it's a desert region. But then I thought, that's interesting. It's really interesting. Bigfoot. Maybe I'll talk about it in a video. Doesn't really, not much there. But then I looked at this. Bang. UFO sightings and hotspots. And I was like, hang on a second. UFO sightings and the Bigfoot sightings, they almost look awfully similar. West coast, bang, loads up the west. East, loads around this area. Not a lot down the middle. So I thought, maybe it's just a coincidence. But then I went on this website, but I searched for UFO sightings instead, because they also plot UFO sightings. Bang! But this is global this time, so fortunately we get a global kind of scale of, look at this, just all around the world, UFO sightings everywhere. So I thought, let's have a little gander at America's. And it is literally a minefield of, like, just chaos. There is UFO sightings all over the gaff. But the core of it, with this western region here, right up the coast, and this eastern region, heavy sightings all over the place. Now, the argument could be, well, they're densely populated locations. So, of course, the population, with more eyeballs in those areas, people are going to claim to have seen more. But I can't help but feel just this little inkling that if we were to, like, run this side by side, right? So if I was to put this over here, any danger? It's not going to do it now. Yeah, it's not going to play ball, but right, let's put this back. So if I was to go just kind of left to right, oh, come on, man, this is so sensitive. Okay, here we go. Take a little look at this map. Keep that in your mind. And then we look at this map. These are both from the same site. But obviously, the sightings come from the same regions. I don't know if I'm just, like, conspiracy theorying this bad boy, or if I'm, like, genuinely onto something here, because I was doing some research recently, and I was looking up Bigfoot interdimensional being. And there are arguments being made that Bigfoot is an undiscovered primate or interdimensional spirit. Okay? So there's literally been a whole paper written about how Bigfoot is an interdimensional being. And I won't go through this whole thing, but I'll leave it I'll leave it down in the description so you can take a look for yourselves. But it says, understanding a deviant subculture requires an appreciation I can't read of the different interests and identities of its members. Two people that share a heartfelt, passionate commitment to subculture, but have widely divergent ideas on how it should operate, and message about how to sell conventional society. Alright, so this is the chapter focuses on the subculture devoted to the study of the undiscovered creature known as Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or more recently the wood ape. Bigfoot is reportedly a very tall, hairy, upright, walking, human-like creature that roams wooded areas. While most members of the Bigfoot community share an ardent belief that the culture is real, with many claiming personal encounters, the subculture is split into two major camps. Some believe Bigfoot is merely an undiscovered form of higher order primates, and therefore the Bigfoot subculture should attempt to mimic previous efforts by naturalists to document undiscovered species. In contrast, an equally enthusiastic camp believes that Bigfoot is not merely an animal, but some form of spiritual being that has telepathic powers and the ability to slip into the other dimensions, and perhaps even hitches rides on UFOs. These contrasting explanations for Sasquatch are mirrored with contrasting styles of deviance management. I can't read today. We begin with our basically it goes on to talk about it, but that's the kind of the point that I wanted to make. So when I looked at this, obviously I'd heard about this before, and I was just so intrigued that when I put the maps side by side, and I saw Bigfoot sightings matching up with the locations of UFO sightings, is it out of the realm of possibility that they sit in the same camp? Are they one and the same? Or are they two different entities entirely? And I want to pose it over to you guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It's a bit of a different one, this one, but what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new. Tick my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed. Cannot wait to see you in the next one. And I'll speak to you later. Peace.